Welcome back to Valley Forge Sports Network for the first installment of the 4 Chapters Disc Golf Tournament Series, Chapter 1, Fire, driven by Innova. Thank you so much to Camp Tecumseh and John Copeland for allowing us to use this beautiful property. Much like a well-stoked fire, which requires both physical matter and oxygen to survive, players are going to need both wooded shots and open air shots to find success on this course. Patreon.com/ValleyForge, you already know what it is. I'm Chris DeMarco, here with Dan Schifrin, and we've got a new guest joining us in the booth today, the fire champion himself, Zachary Tassone.
Thanks, Chris. Happy to be here. Happy to be back for this course in particular. Really kicked it off for me, and excited to be on this side of the production.
Yeah, the more Valley Forge events we keep hosting, the more the competition rises to the occasion. The parity in the field has never been higher, and scores are going to get low today. I'm excited.
Up first, we've got Evan Boyle, 964 rated, the highest rated player in this field, and he's coming fresh off of his first Valley Forge title at the Valley Forge Spring Training just a mere month ago.
Up next, Bo Lee, Central Jersey local, ex-Ultimate player, loves his overstable forehands. I'm excited to see him tear up the woods.
Up next, we got Shane Miller, pretty much a local boy at this point, but he's out of Virginia, 951 rated, and our reigning Battle of Greystone champion.
Love to see the kid coming out from Virginia. Click subscribe to the video, drop a comment. You can be just like Shane Miller and join us out here. Connor Henderson took second place at this event last year. If it weren't for you, Zach, he would have won. You're out of the field. He's got a chance. Henderson's hungry. He's coming for a bag this year. Let's get into hole 1. Par 3, 229 feet. Pretty straightforward backhand shot off of this tee. These first 9 holes are going to be very heavily wooded, and then we're going to go out into the open field. Everything's birdieable on this course, but there's a couple weird spots in this first front 4. It can get difficult. We got Evan Boyle up first on the tee, sponsored by Gateway Discs and Cosmic Disc Golf.
And with the sign Raz.
And he's inside circle 1.
Don't nothing phase him.
And what are we looking at here?
Looks like Bo's going with a tomahawk. I love that.
You know, coming from that Ultimate background, he does have that overhand throw available to him, and most people are looking at this gap and saying straight backhand, but first shot of the day, first big 4 Chapters tournament, whatever you can do to make this gap wider, you're doing it.
Shane Miller, a little bit high and inside. He'll be scrambling for the par.
Yes.
Connor goes dead straight down the gap.
That's the throw of somebody who's been here before.
Yeah, Connor's been really grinding, playing a lot of disc golf. Cannot wait to have him on the waves this year. Shane Miller off to the left side rough. Looking to show off that patent pending turnover.
And that's a great scramble shot, and that's, evidence of good things to come for this front 9. Scrambling is a big part of the woods here.
Field of 70, you gotta get an early start. A little bit short from Bo.
Bit tentative on the putt. The extra pump fakes really add some character to it.
Yeah, he is super focused and locked in on the green, on the tee. I absolutely love Evan Boyle's brand of disc golf. Starting things off with the par.
Going to the straddle and behind the log, no problems, saving the par.
Yeah, there's Henderson grabbing that birdie too. And we know he would have won this tournament last year if it weren't for you, Zachary. You've been playing some great disc golf here in New Jersey.
He was hard to take down last year.
Yeah, close battle. Tell us about hole 2 here.
Hole 2, par 3, 317. Plays about at 317, but the ceiling plus this little creek that you have to cross at the end really makes players decide between a mid-range and a fairway driver. Mid-rangers are going to stay straighter, be easier to hit the gap with. Fairway driver is going to be easier to get down there. See what people pick.
Yeah, a little bit of extra risk with that driver. You hit that tree, you kind of go flying a little further. Henderson.
Came to play today.
What are we even here for? That was some great commentary from the card.
Oh, that's going to be Shane Miller all day.
Yeah, we got 4 people in the booth today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great drive.
I love that. Dan, did you write that last night? That's a really good line.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that one.
Let's take another look at the shot from Henderson.
Dude,
That is down the center of the fairway, almost the entire
Yeah, looks like he opted for a fairway there too, but he controlled the last part of the flight perfectly.
Here's Evan Boyle.
Another fairway driver, leaves it outright, and you see it needed a lot of space outright, otherwise it was going to finish way too far to the left, and he brought those right side trees into play.
Here comes Bo. Now, Zach, you play a lot of disc golf with Bo Lee. What are his strengths in his game?
Well, he's going to break out a couple of them, I believe. The really overstable forehand shots. He loves throwing discs that you and I really don't have any use for except for tight scramble shots. That's his off the tee disc.
Tuggerinoed.
Now that creek is not OB, so he doesn't have to worry about that off the tee, but there are a lot of trees between him and the basket right now.
Yeah, that's going to be actually an interesting scramble. We saw him flex the scramble on hole 1. We'll see what he can do on hole 2. Great to have this beautiful feature card here. We've got a ton of different players out in this field. We've got players from 6 different states. Dan, take a look at this PDGA rating leaderboard. What are your thoughts here?
Like I said, the parity in the field has never been higher. All of these players are absolute killers, and it's not about who's rated the highest, but it's really just about who's going to go out there and shred the course like everybody here can. So,
Super dense field. Heart matters, but an interesting statistic. No one outside the top 4 highest rated players has ever won one of these tournaments. And the highest rated player has never lost unless one of those players in the top 4 were playing at their home course.
interesting.
Interesting statistic. So no one in the top 4 today has this course as their home course. Evan Boyle, top rated player.
Stats say he has the advantage. Let's see what the field has to say about it.
First scramble attempt, kind of hit that tree, quick up and down. He'll take the bogey here. It's all right.
Oh man. Evan with the hat coming off and the birdie putt sinking. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
This kid knows what's up on the green. We saw tons of steppers from him at spring training. If you haven't seen that coverage, go check it out. Evan Boyle took it down.
That putt was like a 6.5, but the style was 10 out of 10.
Just over the front cage.
Through the gap in the trees, I think.
Yeah, I think he
Did
split
he
him.
go through or around?
I think he split him. That looked like a little field goal action.
Bo takes it down as well. A little bit left side, but I mean, if it's in, it's in.
Nice little 1-2 from Bo Lee there. As we mentioned, we're going to be starting out in the woods, finishing in the open field. Tons of gettable holes on this front 9, but sometimes these first 3 or 4 can kind of trip you up a little bit.
Connor doing the most work off the tee, least work on the putting green. Hole 3, par 3. Oh, goodness. Par 3, 273. Short little forehand chip shot, hoping to skip up to the green, or really tight backhand turnover. I mean, a lot of players do elect for the backhand, not trusting their forehand with the creek OB behind it, but that is a tight gap to hit.
I mean, it's got to be, what, 5-6 feet wide at best?
You have to think about it walking through it, let alone throwing through it.
That's a fantastic drive from Connor Henderson. Stepped right up to the tee, ripped that one. Evan Boyle. Said it before, super balanced player. Great backhand, great forehand.
Down the left side, just catches that tree.
I really like the stability he went with, going wide with it, but just a little too wide.
Yeah, tough break for Bo there. I think I see a smile cracking through. I mean, super committed on that shot.
Just a bit early.
We can't stress enough how tight that gap is.
Here comes Shane Miller.
Going with the flip-up play. And that will play. That's going to be a birdie for Shane Miller.
Is that a streamline disc right there?
Yeah, that's his.
I like it.
I think that's his lift, like kind of a flippier 7-speed, I think.
Okay.
Flippier 9-speed, yeah.
It's a 9-speed, okay.
I needed it, guys.
Kind of like a Thunderbird or a Roadrunner or one of the discs in the Innova lineup.
I really
Shouts
did.
out to Innova. We got BOYLE here on the scramble.
See a nice overstable mid-range here. He really likes turning these over.
Yeah, difficult shot. I mean, I thought he had too much nose angle on that, but like you said, he goes understable, finds his way to the green.
That hat is coming off every jump putt, isn't it?
Oh man, you know
Don't
a thing
quite
or
have
two
that
about
Zachary Toussaint hat catching ability.
Let it go, man. Sometimes I
Hat
catch it.
catching stats.
Game respects game.
We'll see what he can do. It's still early here, hole 3.
Connor looking for that 3-for-3 start, but bounces off the top.
Yeah, I mean, that's Connor Henderson territory. He loves those 35 to 45 footers, just like David Wang on the Goldfinches, doesn't need that step putt. Unfortunately, just a little high there.
Same thing, just a little high.
It's nervy. When you see somebody go in the water, it does not help.
And just to clarify, this creek is playing OB, correct?
Absolutely. I don't know if anyone saw, we finally got the OB graphics going.
I didn't notice, but I'm gonna pay attention now.
Yeah, it's in the top. You know what? You just confirmed it. It's too small. I appreciate both of you. We're going to workshop it. Right now it's in the top left, and that's where it's going to stay for the next week.
Sweet.
But
Sweet.
we're going to figure it out.
Now that I'm aware, though, I can really hone in. And
Nice little 2 from the kid from VA. Love to see it.
That birdie after birdie. Like to get it back on the next hole.
Hole 4, par 4, 656 feet. This has to be one of the 2 or 3 hardest holes on this course. Your drive ideally is getting you to just a little short of here, where you're left with a hard approach shot, trees on the left and right to avoid. This creek again plays as OB, and really if you get off the fairway at all, there are trees everywhere and they are small and hidden.
If you like a hyzer flip up backhand, this is going to be your favorite tee shot on the course. So much fun to throw this one.
I do love that it's heavily wooded, but you can still see the disc fly through. You know if you hit the fairway right out of your hand.
Yeah, just to be clear, Shane Miller is just meeting Henderson and Boyle. Well, I'm sure he's met Henderson a little bit, but I believe this is his first time meeting Boyle,
yep.
just for context.
That's the difference between a 7-speed and a whatever speed that was.
Go 8.
Dude, come.
Connor absolutely striping the gap.
Here we go, Bo. Really solid drive from Bo. A little bit wide off the fairway.
back up for the guy
I think he
behind.
hit a stick there. Kind of got caught up. We'll see how that footing looks when he gets up there.
I'd say 4 solid drives. I mean, not hitting anything super early. It's not a bad drive, and it still leaves him with a standstill through a tight gap, hitting a very specific line. Connor here looking at a little bit better of an angle.
Oh, trust it to come back.
It's over.
I didn't see that OB graphic.
Again.
There are these inside gaps where you can try to cross the creek, but that's the danger. Low-hanging branches that are really hard to see from where your lie is. Looks like that'll stay in bounds, but a very long putt coming up.
Yeah, this hole really challenges you to manufacture something on your approach. It really tapers in and constricts towards the green. And Evan just making it look really easy with the hyzer.
It's really important that Evan got that to hit the ground before it reached the basket. If you hit even with the basket or a little past it, you are skipping long. You're going to have a bit of an obstructed putt coming back. There's that OB graphic.
Oh, I love it.
I missed it again.
Patent pending from Shane Miller all day. Here's Bo looking to save the bogey now. Just high again. He's so committed on everything so far today, but again, these first 4 holes got some weird little spots to him.
I'm liking what I'm seeing out of your putts, man. No fear.
I love the good vibes.
Yeah. Nice little putt for Connor. 1 under through 4, not a bad place to be. We got about 5-6 more holes in the woods, and then we're going to be finishing out on that back 9. Super open, tons of birdie opportunities.
And you're really seeing here, there are players who will go through the front 8 really holes of wooded golf and say, this is where I shine. I don't have the power. I want to score where other people are having trouble. And then you'll see other players who really get out to the open, and that's where they get their low numbers. Moving on to hole 5, par 3, 234. Couple of gaps to hit here. You can go forehand flex, you can go backhand straight up the middle. There's a forehand hyzer shot if you want to get a little frisky with some low-hanging branches. Really just pick a gap and commit to it.
Boyle's getting frisky with the tourney on the left. Let's see it.
That's committed.
Putter. All day. The higher you go, the more distance you're going to travel off of the tree. Big miss from Shane, but he's throwing off that scramble today. I think he's got the par.
Same thing, just kicks over left. Again, plenty of scramble opportunities out there. Another overstable forehand. And you see that come out so much. It hits the pole.
This is one of his go-tos, clearly. He loves this disc. Incredible flex line.
Zach, do you know what disc that is?
That is a deflector, which is about as overstable as mid-ranges get, and he's turning that over going uphill.
I've heard people describe that disc as uselessly overstable, and he just got a beautiful flex shot out of it.
He's looking to get a new pound bag today.
Tuck it around the side of that stump.
Really nice glitch shot from Shane.
Connor actually snuck his way up to a jump putt. A little low, but he'll be able to tap that in for a par. Especially as a woods player like Evan, you really want to get this one. This is where you shine. This is where you get your strokes on the field.
Yeah, Evan's coming out of South Jersey, big Stafford Woods guy. Couple different types of shots on that course, but certainly wooded.
Looking good.
What's Bo's home course? Is he a Mercer guy?
He's a
with you,
Mercer
Zach?
guy, yeah.
Love it.
Lots of woods. Moving on to hole 6, another one of the tough ones. Par 5, 755. Off the tee, you can get aggressive. Eagle is in play on this hole, but it also brings into play a bogey or worse. You really want to get down the fairway, maybe a little bit to the right, leave yourself a nice open shot for your second shot. Bo going for the forehand. It does open up on the right side if you make it down the gap, but that was a little early.
Shane with a beautiful hyzer flip up. He's going to be on the left side, and it's going to be trickier to navigate over to the green from there, I think. I think the right side plays really well on this hole.
I think so too.
Oh, Henderson starts that one off left, gets it to turn. Not great positioning there. So important to have a little bit of extra space to do a little run up here. This hole gets really open about 350 feet in. Trying to go big on the second.
Nice little flex shot from Bo, getting through everything.
Yeah, that was really well done.
And really, even off the tee with a shot that's hitting a tree, everyone's still in position to get their birdie, but it's more of a scramble birdie. You're trying to re-find the fairway.
That is such a whack result for.
Oh yeah, Miller.
Placement, well, maybe.
Exactly.
Can't sit here and watch.
Really good placement shot from Shane.
He really is an American badass. The embodiment of Valley Forge disc golf.
You see a lot of people electing for the standstill on this shot. There is some room to do run-ups, but the ground is covered in leaves. There are roots and rocks everywhere, so standstill is a nice way to make sure that you're just staying accurate, not trying to bite off too much distance, but you haven't got up there.
Was that his second shot?
I believe so.
Yes, it was.
Wow, his power on the standstill is
Standstill Boyle. It's unfair.
really impressive. That was pretty sweet.
He's got a chance for that eagle. 5 down through 6. That would be something.
I like that flex shot through the woods, really making the gap as wide as possible, gets himself up to the green.
He's working his way out there. Got a chance for another birdie. Here's Bo.
And they go to golf and
Same thing, made the gap nice and wide.
It's probably not funny.
Looked like it was outside of circle 1, but still a chance.
Wow, I was just gonna say that was a sweet catch cam angle for, you know, to frame up the gap he had to hit, and a really sweet shot to get up there. It kind of gets greasy on the right side.
Shout out Matt Coltrera. Shout out Willem Klein. His first time filming disc golf today. Very excited about
yeah.
that. We see him out there in the yellow jacket sporting.
Come on, you know who's good. You know you good.
Had a chance at the eagle, but no one's complaining about a tap-in birdie on this hole.
Ooh.
Under par, boys. The weather is fine.
I absolutely love this guy. And Evan with an easy birdie.
In the famous words of Missy Elliott, it's your privilege.
Boyle looking hot to start. 4 down through 6. Henderson showing some really good stuff out there. Very, very close to a few more birdies. Thank you so much to Innova for sponsoring the event. We've got some big plans later today to give away 2 baskets via a Ring of Fire and a CTP. Can't wait to get to that. We've also got a ton of discs and shirts available for sale from the event. www.vfsn.org/shop. Let's take a look at that leaderboard. After 6 holes, we've got Dylan Cook and Evan Boyle up at the top. Some other familiar names: Shane Sassone, Austin Battistoni. I see Ross Hart peeking up there. Ryan Young with a 3 down. RJ Cherkis, Dan McGuire. It's always tough once you start rattling off those names, and then you feel so committed to hit them all.
Yeah. Am I supposed to say something off that?
Hole 7, par 3, 424 feet. This is quite the hole to birdie. If you're getting this one, you're taking a picture of it on your scorecard. Long turnover drive with a low ceiling and the last
There it
50
is.
feet.
I'm just gonna keep like.
See, he's on fire today. I'm such an idiot. I like the Mario. We got Dustin Wolf out here. What up, yo? Little backup. Oh man, what a card! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, dude! Hell yeah. If I knew that this was the card, man, I would have been like 10 times. I'd have had this rig out here blasting left and right. Oh man, we're going hugs all around. What's up, dude?
How you doing, man?
Doing all right, doing all right.
Big shout out to our very own Dan Schiffrin for writing that song, which just capped off some incredible vibes there. I just love this.
Yeah, that really warmed my heart. That was great footage.
Valley Forge, click subscribe, come to the next event. You too could get a hug from Dustin Wolf or Shane Miller.
Great shot.
That's crazy, dude.
Back to the action. Turnover shot from Evan. A little long right, but if you're going to miss, that's where you want to miss on this
I
hole.
don't know if I was allowed to touch team plastic.
On tape.
There was a little bit of a backup here, so much like us getting back to the commentary, these guys, you know, they've got to deal with that like a couple minutes of getting rusty. Shane doesn't quite get enough power or the angle he wants on this, and that's going to be a tough scramble.
Damn. Leopard.
Bit of a late release from Bo. Pin high right, that's gonna work.
I'll tell you that.
That's just 440 slightly downhill. That's crazy.
A lot of height on that, too.
Yeah, what kind of, is he rocking like a 450 flat open field?
I'd say close to that, you know. I think he has better distance on the course than he does off the course, personally.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by Bo's game.
That's the way you'd want it, honestly.
And that is just a big turnover from Connor Henderson. Didn't quite flex out like he, I'm sure, wanted to get all the way to the green, but he'll have a little downhill look for the putt. And there's some good bramble behind. It's kind of hard to go too far along here.
This. No, what? That's a rough scramble shot. I mean, that is, you're getting up to your disc and just thinking, what am I doing from here?
I'm sure it's tempting when you're standing there trying to get through. I wonder if you just play up to the fairway. Quick side note, Travis Amico hitting the ace on hole 3, that super tight fairway gap with a Valley Forge spring training Tursus.
Backhand turnover. Still can't believe it.
That's my team captain right there.
Yes, sir. Oh, man. We need to talk Valley Forge Disc Golf League later, Zach. We'll get to that after this round. I can't wait. Henderson looking to get some momentum going here. Yeah, looked like that tree on the right probably kind of got in his head a little bit.
Downhill plays a big role in this as well. You can see... Ooh, you can see that go in. But you saw how the putter dropped there. If that misses, just like Connor's did, it's going to go past the basket by a little bit, leave you a bit of a comebacker. But this, no worries at all.
I mean, this is just really good disc golf. Well, I haven't seen the likes of disc golf this quality since you last year, Zach, at Warwick. 424 downhill, clears the basket, hits the comebacker from circle 2. Here's Bo. Even easier.
Birdies on this hole are tough to get. Seeing 2 on one card.
And that's a great comebacker from Connor. Went a little long on his birdie putt.
Connor Henderson joining the waves this year. I'm really liking the look of that putting. Lord knows we need it.
Ball down.
Hole 8, par 4, 569. I mean, this tee shot is what you dream of. This is field work practice for these guys. You're just throwing it as far as you can into the open. I'm not sure if you're going to see anyone really go for an eagle here, but technically it's possible.
Not that important of a tee shot in terms of scoring on this hole, but something to note here, we're going out into the open holes. This is the first one where they can really rip it. As unimportant as positioning is, whoever gets a real nice clean drive here, I like their odds going into this back nine.
Just want to shout out Evan for catching that hat.
This was one of the holes where you did it last year, I remember.
was.
That's gonna be absolutely.
Yeah, okay, so Bo just has that. I think he's about right to the edge of that big bush there. Should have his option if he wants the forehand flex or the backhand in.
Connor getting over on that. A little tucked away behind the bush, but important to note, he's on the flat land, so he will have a nice run up. If you end up too far left up on that hill, you might have a better angle at the basket, but your walk up's going to be a little bit harder. Unless you're Evan and have that standstill power.
Yeah, it's unfair. Miller, a little bit high, but he's got a good arm too. He'll be in a fine spot.
That held a lot better than I thought it was going to.
He said it himself, I like that late flip on the disc. That's how you control it when you're throwing with a hill slanted uphill on the left side, downhill on the right side. Just kind of let the disc do the work for you. You don't need to turn it over too much. Evan just enjoying the sun.
Boy, we got a beautiful day for this.
You saw that follow through, Hill kind of played into it, but doesn't look like it really affected that.
That is a dime tap in birdie. Evan Boyle 6 down through 8. He's only missed 2 holes, and I believe he had a putt at both of them.
And a putt for the eagle.
Oh my.
Yeah, he did.
He's playing disc golf.
Somebody's
Connor
closer.
Henderson is also playing disc
Oh
golf.
my. Yeah, I'm surprised Henderson's only at 1 down. He's kind of just been all over the basket. Another great shot from Shane Miller. That's right in his range, about 18 feet.
I was like watching the disc. I could see the top of the basket. I'm like, oh.
This card is really, really chewing up this hole right now. And the commentator's curse.
Inside, yeah, a little bit inside.
Strikes. Really like that bid from him, considering that was all wrist.
Oh yeah, get in. That's the big difference you're gonna see from, we've got the B tier here, a little bit higher rated player. It's that like 18 to 30 foot range that these 950, 960 guys are just real confident from. You just love to watch it.
Yeah, it's the type of putting you can watch and not feel nervous about watching.
Hey, listen, we got a couple seats here later this year. Be careful.
Great cleanup from Bo.
I can't wait to see how many different states we bring to the next event. Dan McGuire brought it to my attention. We had 6 different states, players from 6 different states at Chapter 1 Fire. Chapter 2 Air is official. It's confirmed. I feel like I'm not going to announce it right now in this exact moment, but everything's locked in. We're going to announce it either today or tomorrow. I can't wait.
Hole 9, par 3, 317 feet. Little bit downhill, trying to avoid the low ceiling and The canoe off to the right does come into play a little bit more than you would expect. Everything short of that road is going to be OB with a drop zone off to the left. Pretty guarded green as well. You really want to end up on the right part of it.
Yeah, this hole is playing, you need to be across the black path to be inbounds here. Otherwise you will proceed to the drop zone. Shooting 3. Evan Boyle clears it.
The warrior fights.
I thought I was hitting that too, yeah.
Fights some more.
Just under that tree branch.
This looks high.
Oh, man.
And the roll!
Twice for its lucky rule. And
You almost never see that.
it is me, right?
He said that's foul, and he takes a sip of the Celsius, which you can always find at Valley Forge events. Shout out Paul McBeth.
Shane going with a lower line. And that'll do.
The birds really came out to spectate today. The sounds of Camp Tecumseh are just beautiful.
Much lower line. And...
Come on. Yeah, Mr. Scooty.
It's over. Mid-range. Did you grease up the bottom of that thing before you threw it? I dunk them all in Crisco.
Eat Crisco.
Henderson for the par save here. Ooh. Just when you think he's going to start getting that momentum, he's going to take the bogey, go back to 1 under. We'll see what he can do on that open back 9.
Interesting enough, saw a lot of players here going with a slower speed disc off the tee. A little bit harder to control the height. I'm interested to see if anyone goes for a slightly faster, more overstable disc in the second round. Tries to make that correction.
I like the fairway. I like the fairway so you can keep it low, swing it out wide right. And it seems like you do too, based on your mentioning of the canoe, because that's kind of the only obstacle out there.
I've seen people hit it and it just takes the wind out of you. It's a canoe in the middle of a wide open area and you're thinking, this can't come into play.
It's one of the biggest obstructions on the course, no doubt.
I love it.
It's amazing.
That thing is fearsome. So Boyle completes the near perfect front 9, 7 down through 9 holes. Still some decent scores from the rest of our card. I think it's going to take that 4 to like 9 down range to make lead card, depending on how things go. Zach, coming back here after taking down this event last year, what are your thoughts on the play so far?
I love seeing woods golfers play their hearts out on the front 9, and then seeing some people at that 2-3 down range through the front 9 just kind of surviving. And then they get out into the open and they turn on the engines. The afterburners kick in. So I think that we're looking at a couple players who really capitalize on the front 9, but I'm excited to see who shows up on the back 9.
Yeah, tons of opportunity for birdies, but there's so much OB looming out there. Dan, taking a look at this leaderboard after 9 holes, some familiar names, some new names. What are you thinking?
Yeah, we got Boyle at the top there, Dylan Cook right behind, only 2 strokes behind. You know, with guys like these at the top, they have experience winning events, and seeing killers like that get out to an early lead, it's not looking great for the field, but like I said, this field is poised. The competition is fierce. This is fire.
Wow, I absolutely love it. Folks, do not forget to click subscribe, drop a comment down below. We've got Chapter 2 air coming on May 21st at Oak Ridge Park. We're going to have a link in the comment section to get your registration all ready, get your calendar set up, and we'll see you on the back 9.
Like and subscribe.
Do it.
Do it.
Now.